summertime can be something that's difficult for a lot of people. There's nothing like the sweltering heat to make you want to forego trying to be fashionable or stylish completely, not to mention do a full face of makeup and do your hair. But what if I told you that there are ways to still feel chic even in the sweltering heat? And that's what this video is all about today. I'm gonna share 7 of the tips that I use to make myself feel put together and chic even when it's super hot outside. And trust me, I know hot, I live in Southern California. These 7 tips will help you feel put together in ways that are totally seasonally appropriate. So whether you are lounging on the beach, lounging outside, enjoying a book, or having dinner al fresco, these 7 tips will get you through the summer looking chic as can be, even when it's super hot outside. But before we get into the video, I wanna ask you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you found any of these tips helpful, and don't forget to comment down below what some of your tips are for staying chic even when it's burning up outside. Let's go ahead and get into the 7 tips. The first thing that I want to say actually isn't any of the tips. It's actually the overall theme for this video. And I found that throughout all of these tips, the common theme is that no matter what, try your best to embrace the season. Embrace the hot, embrace the sweat, because the longer you try to fight it, the more uncomfortable you're going to feel. And when we feel uncomfortable, we end up positioning ourselves as uncomfortable too. The last thing you want is to constantly feel like you're fighting the season. Summer is gorgeous, and even though it's hot, we should be embracing every single moment of it, because when winter rolls around, you're definitely going to miss it. So embrace the season as positively and as best as you can, even when it feels like there's no way you could do that. So the first thing that I find really helpful when I want to look chic in the heat is to really embrace seasonal fabrics and textures. Pull out all of your linen pieces, trade in your cashmere knitwear for your light linen and cotton knitwear, bring out your raffia bags and your espadrilles and your hats. This is the season for that, and we can make this season feel even more special by embracing the beautiful natural fabrics and textures that come with it. This doesn't mean that you have to give up wardrobe basics like t-shirts or jeans. You just want to adapt those pieces for the season. So instead of wearing a really skin-tight pair of jeans, opt for a looser pair. Instead of going for a silk tee or a silk button-down, try something in linen or cotton, something that is cooling to the touch and that isn't going to show a ton of sweat, because inevitably it will happen. And because it inevitably will happen, that's where number 2 comes in. The second tip for looking chic in the heat is to wear the right undergarments. Now, I'm not talking about underwear and bras, even though that's super important. I'm talking about the kind of base layer that we put on top of those. I've recently added this undershirt with sweat pads in the underarms, and then I've also added a pair of biker slip shorts. And both of these pieces have been absolutely revolutionary as the season has gotten hotter and hotter. Not only do I get to protect my shirts from staining or anything like that, but I also get to stay chic and avoid sweat stains. And of course, when it's summer and when it's warm out, inevitably we spend a lot of time outside. So make use of your flowy dresses and skirts by opting for a slip short underneath them. This will ensure that whenever you get super sweaty or your thighs start to rub, you can stay comfortable and not feel like your legs are chafing to the point of bleeding, which if you're a thick-thighed girl like me, you totally understand. The third tip for staying chic in the heat is to opt for silhouettes that feel seasonally appropriate. Now, when I think of summertime silhouettes, I think of a lot of movement, a lot of flow, something that is really comfortable so that if you have an impromptu picnic, you can sit cross-legged on the grass and it's not gonna be bothersome. So I love to go for flowy skirts and dresses as well as pants, but I also love to go for elasticated waistbands. This is going to keep me comfortable and it's going to give my body room to breathe so I don't feel all stuffed up and hot. The fourth tip that I have for staying chic in the heat is to really put an emphasis on accessorizing during this season. Accessories are magic little things that we can add to our outfits that usually don't increase the temperature of our outfit, but can really increase the elegance, elevatedness, glam, and put togetherness. So jewelry is one of the first things that come to mind. I think that chunky gold bold jewelry looks super good during the summertime. Of course, depending on the outfit that you're pairing it with, but for the most part, jewelry or a beautiful watch doesn't really make you feel all that much hotter, if at all. So even if you're wearing a really basic kind of linen foundation to keep yourself cool, you can add gorgeous jewelry to really elevate your outfit and feel put together. The summertime is also a really great season for pulling out all of your summer appropriate hats. I'm thinking about cute bucket hats as well as straw hats, visors, ball caps. There are so many options here that will look really cute, and hats can both add to your outfit, make it feel more complete and more stand-out-ish, but they can also serve a really functional purpose by keeping your face and your chest safe from the sunshine. Sunglasses are of course a go-to, which are also practical to keep our eyes safe, but also there's nothing like a glam pair of sunglasses to really elevate an outfit. Bags will never make you feel hot unless you're carrying a huge duffel bag or your bag is like a backpack made out of cashmere or something like that. But for the most part, bags aren't going to make you feel any hotter. And then we can also adapt the accessories that we're also accustomed to wearing. So if you're accustomed to wearing a light scarf around your neck, it might feel a little bit too hot or too sticky for that. So try a scarf in your hair or tie a scarf to your bag, and that will make use of your accessories all season long. The fifth tip I have for staying chic in the heat is to find an effortless hair and makeup routine. I feel like fall and winter are really good times to experiment with our hair and makeup because things don't tend to melt off or frizz up, at least if you're like me and you have naturally curly and frizzy hair. But during the summertime, the last thing I want to do is do my entire head of hair and then go to the beach next day and ruin it, or do an entire face of makeup and then go on a walk in the morning and melt it all off. So it's really important to find the balance between feeling and looking put together the way that you like to present yourself to the world, but also being practical when it's like 90 or 100 degrees outside. I like to keep my makeup and hair routine in the summertime pretty effortless. So that means not using a lot of foundation, opting for a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream. I also like to shift my colors. So instead of going for rosier, pinker colors, I like to go for more orange or bronzed colors, which I think add to this summertime glow that a lot of us are after, including myself. Having a minimal kind of makeup capsule is also a really great way to get ready super fast and not feel like you're overdoing it. For hair, while I do sometimes end up curling my whole head of hair during the summertime, I find that it's really useful for me to try to embrace my natural texture as much as I can, because if I go to the pool or if I go to the beach, it's going to come out anyways. So when I do want to film or I do want to look nicer or put together, I can take my wand and actually twist a few pieces around that, a few face framing pieces and then pieces throughout my head, and it helps to create a more balanced and put together look. But it's also great to find hairstyles that maybe you're not accustomed to wearing during other seasons. So in a recent video, I actually styled an outfit with my hair up in a bun, which isn't something I usually wear out of the house. I usually wear it in my hair before I go to bed at night, but this is a great way to experiment with hairstyles that make a lot of sense. So for me, that's putting my hair up or finding some way to get it out of my face, using a claw clip, using a hair clip to pull it half up, half down. It's really kind of up to you, but really there are many solutions to still feeling chic even when you don't want to style your whole head of hair or don't want to do a full face of makeup, and that's totally okay. The sixth tip for feeling chic in the heat is to work on your posture. This is something that we often don't think about when we're trying to look stylish or fashionable, but it can truly, truly make a difference with the way not only that you feel about yourself, but also the way that you present yourself to the external world. So if you're feeling hot and melted, and you're just kind of like walking around like this, you know, people are going to read, wow, that person probably feels hot and melted. And it's definitely not about just what other people think, but it's also about how you feel. You can't tell me that if you're walking around like this, that you're not gonna feel some type of way, as opposed to walking around like this. Having your posture is an easy fix that doesn't increase your body temperature at all. It can actually just make you feel much better, much more confident, and much more put together. And it's almost like you're saying to the world, I see your heat, I feel it, but I am going to be unbothered by it. And so I think posture is a really great way to still feel and look chic even when it's sweltering outside. And then the last tip I have for elevating your looks and feeling chic even when it's super hot outside is to elevate your sandal or seasonal shoe game. So I have no problem with a good pair of flip-flops. My parents are Brazilian, so I've been wearing Havaianas my entire life. But I will have to say that there's something really special about elevating your sandals that can make an entire look more put together. So even switching to a pair of Birkenstocks or a pair of leather sandals can make a huge difference. If you want to elevate your outfit even more, going for something with a slight block heel or even an espadrille wedge can really transform your outfit without making you feel any hotter or any more uncomfortable. So no hate for flip-flops, but there are definitely ways to elevate your shoe game that will totally make a difference. So those are my 7 tips for feeling chic and looking chic even when it's super hot outside. I'm definitely beginning to feel the effects of the summertime here in SoCal, but I'm excited for the season and I'm embracing it with all that I've got. I hope that these tips have been super helpful for you and that you can take a few of them, apply them to your life, and embrace this season with open arms. Once again, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so down below. Give me a thumbs up if you found these tips helpful, and comment down below if there are any tips I've left out that you think we should know. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video today. It's always an honor to spend this time with you every week, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!